Welcome back to my channel. This is Reese from Yes Supply, and I'm so excited to be filming this video for you today. Today, I'm gonna share with you my favorite tools that I've used to help me get to $1 million plus in my coaching business. So right now, at the time of filming this, we are actually in quarantine. I'm working from home. My husband's next to me working from home. It really reminds me of when we first quit our jobs in 2016 and we were shoved into our little tiny home office upstairs. We're pretty much feeling those same vibes being stuck at home right now. And you know, it's a really interesting time. It's overwhelming. I know I've been trying to not check the news every 5 seconds to see an update or what the numbers are or what's happening and everything like that. I've been like calling my family and group chatting my family and friends and making sure that everyone's safe and everyone's okay. And you know, you get to a certain point where, you know, you have your groceries, you have enough water, you have your toilet paper, whatever it is that you need, and you can't just be in panic anymore. You have to think about, how can I get creative? And so that's something that I've kind of looked at this as an opportunity now that I'm safe, now that I know the people in my life are safe, that our countries are taking the precautions that they need to keep people indoors and not spreading this thing. I'm gonna create. And you know, I've had a lot of questions come in the last few days of people asking me like, what do you think about starting a coaching business now? What do I think about growing? And to be honest, so when this whole thing started, when it was starting to trickle into Canada where I live and starting to trickle out of China, there was signs for quite a while, at least a few weeks. And so I'm not gonna name the name of the store, but there is a luxury designer store at a major mall that's probably about 20-30 minutes from my house. And we have a friend of a friend who works there. And typically on a weekend, they'll sell $100,000. They're making a lot of money. And about 3 weeks ago, the friend of the friend told us that they made about $50 over the whole weekend. And then 2 weeks ago, the store made $0. The store had to actually lay off 40% of their sales staff. And I feel so much for those people who are going home asking themselves, how am I gonna pay my rent? How am I gonna pay my bills? And I was talking to one of the girls on my team, her name is Steph, because Steph and I actually used to work at the same retail store together. That's how I know her. And I said to her, Steph, that could have been one of us. Like, if we hadn't made the choices that we made to, you know, go into this online world, for her to join the team and follow her passion of getting into the mindset industry, that could have been us getting laid off, or that could have been us working on the front lines, having to, you know, leave our homes and potentially, you know, put ourselves in a place that we don't want to really be in. And so for me, I feel for people who are going through this, and I also understand that a lot of people are going to be wondering, how can I make money on my own terms now? Or maybe they're looking at this as an opportunity to be like, you know what? This was kind of the last straw. I've been thinking of starting a business for a long time, and now that this has happened, it's kind of like the straw that broke the camel's back. And I want to get in and I want to do this. And so as somebody who started at literally $0, I actually filmed my first videos for content in my coaching business on my old phone. And it wasn't a nice iPhone 11, it was a crappy old iPhone. And I started at 0. I didn't know what I was doing. I bought online courses, I hired coaches, and people who were influencers who I looked up to, who were living the type of life that I wanted. I read a lot of blog posts, a lot of articles, a lot of books, and figured it out step by step. And I promise you that even in this tough time right now, there's so much opportunity if you look at what is possible for you rather than just looking at what we could panic about or make worse. And so after going through this journey for a few years, and I found tools that are absolutely amazing, and I also wasted a lot of money on things that didn't work for me, or wasted a lot of time on programs and software that were wasting my time, I found a really good system that has helped me scale to $1 million in my business, helped me grow my team, keep as organized as possible. My brain isn't always the most organized, so I need a lot of systems and tools to help me do that. And one of the things that's really important to me in my coaching business is making sure that I'm giving a really, really great experience to my students. And so what I do and what I aim to help my team do is for us to focus on creating a really, really amazing, intimate, one-on-one, incredible experience with the students in my Yes Apply Method program, but then automating anything that can be automated. So automating emails or automating certain systems that we don't have to do on our own. So one of the recent blog posts that I wrote actually last week is my favorite tools for growing my $1 million coaching business. You can actually find it on my blog at yesapply.co/blog if you want to see everything that I wrote about it and all the links. And what I'm going to do is just dive into some of my favorite ones, share them with you, and give you a little bit of background. So some things that I love just personally are LAVALIER candles. I'm not going to go into this too deeply, but I love LAVALIER candles just to keep the vibe high. So I always have a Santal evergreen or a fig candle at my office and at home just to set the tone. I love my Rebecca Campbell Oracle card. So before starting a session with a client, I love to pull a card and, set the tone. And a lot of the time, the message that comes from the card is exactly what we needed to hear that day, either what the client needed to hear or a line for something. I love having plants. So in my home, all in front of me, you can't see them right now, but I have lots of plants. In my office, I have these gorgeous fiddle leaf plants. I bought them from Dynasty in Toronto. I'm sure if you're not from Toronto, there's so many great stores where you can go and buy plants. And then I love crystals. So in my office, I have a beautiful, giant amethyst cathedral crystal. I have a giant clear quartz. Actually, I have 2 clear quartz. I have some beautiful crystals in there, and in the next few weeks, I'm also going to be releasing a office tour. If it's not already on my YouTube, check back for it because I give you a complete deep dive into everything that's at my office. So those are some things that just help me to raise my vibe and feel good when I'm at work or even when I'm working from home. So let me get into some of the actual softwares and tools that you can dig into and use right now. So one of the first ones I love is TUBEBUDDY. So for me, I'm really focusing on, yes, growing my Instagram, having that presence on Facebook, but I love YouTube as well. A huge reason why I love YouTube, you're here with me right now on YouTube, a huge reason why I love YouTube is you can find exactly what you need on YouTube. I love Instagram and I love Facebook, but I know that what I'm bringing into the world is very unique. I love teaching on the subconscious mind. I like to nerd out on it. And so I know that what I do is not for everyone, but this is what I like to do. And, I didn't really start this whole thing to win over everyone. I started this thing because I wanted to pursue my passion and I wanted to help the people who did really need my help. And I know that the people who are drawn to Yes Apply, they're ambitious, they're high performers, they want to empower themselves and they want to empower the world. And so I know I'm speaking to a very specific type of person. And I know when I was starting out, I knew the answers weren't just going to be handed to me. I had to go look for them. And so I was always searching on YouTube and, searching through someone's Instagram to find a great tip. that's a little bit tricky. But if you go on YouTube and you type in the search terms that you're looking for, you're probably gonna find what it is that you need. So TubeBuddy is a great tool so that you can do research to see what are people actually searching for, and research on actual keywords. So I'm gonna link all of these things below as well, but I really, really enjoy using TubeBuddy. Another one, the one that I actually discovered first, was called vidIQ. vidIQ does a lot of similar things. Both of them have plugins that you can essentially drop into your Chrome browser if you use Chrome with the internet, and then you can see a whole bunch of keyword research for all of your videos. So I definitely recommend that. The next tool that I love is my Canon camera. So the Canon camera that I use to film YouTube videos is called a Canon 90D. So like I said before, I'm at home, we're quarantined, I don't have my usual setup, so I'm actually borrowing my husband's Canon 80D, and it does pretty much a similar job. The 90D is just a little bit more updated. From what I understand, it has better tracking of your face. So you might notice if I move forward or backward, the 90D apparently has better technology to track your face when you move. I can see on the side here, one of the things that I love too is the screen kind of flips out to the side, so you can get a glance of what your frame looks like when you're filming. And so I can see that when I move to this side and move to this side, it follows my face. 90D and 80D aren't too different, and you can actually buy them used too. So if you don't want to make the full investment for a brand new package, then you can get a used one. And so I linked that below as well. Next is the lavalier mic. So right now I'm using what's called a little lavalier mic. So what a lavalier mic does is it actually clips on to your shirt, or something that's kind of close to your face, so that the video quality, the audio quality is a lot better. So if people are listening to your videos, they want to actually be able to hear what you're saying, not a whole bunch of background noise. And so having a lavalier mic is great. So I use the Sennheiser lavalier mic. Next is a webcam. So like I said before, right now I'm filming on my Canon, but a lot of the time I do live streams. I actually do a ton of live streams. I love them because they're interactive. You can ask questions, you get real-time feedback. A lot of the times if I'm doing a big launch for my business, I love to do live streams because you guys ask a question about the Yes Supply method or my coaching certification or the support that we provide. You'll ask questions that I haven't even thought of. And so in a live stream, you can ask questions in real time. I can answer your questions in real time, send you a message after if needed to give you all the support that you need to join me inside the Yes Supply method and start your business as a successful coach, mindset coach, manifestation coach, life coach, or whatever it is that you want to do. So I love that. And a lot of people don't realize that to become a successful coach in any industry, the foundation is the mind. If you're a health coach, yes, it's great to talk about food, and yes, it's great to talk about exercise, but what's going to actually motivate your clients to stay focused and stay motivated and follow their routines and not give up? It's their mindset. And so I believe that the tools that I teach and the work that I do is the foundation for success in relationships, in health, in fitness, in money, in business, in everything. And so it's so, so, so essential. And anyone who thinks that mindset work or understanding the subconscious mind isn't important to grow a successful business or create success in any area of your life is missing out on a huge piece of the puzzle. So I have shared a lot of tools. Let me know which tool was your favorite down below. And that was just part 1 of this video. So what I want you to do is click wherever you see the next one pop up for part 2, and you can learn even more of my favorite tools. I cannot wait to see you there.